and it will return floats. Actually, no, we can leave that, I think. Let's create two new variables called x position, float y position. Basically, we're gonna keep track of integer position and float position of the sprite. So here when we're setting x, we're actually gonna do as well x equals y plus equals y. So alongside with this, since this can be only integer, which causes us the problems, we're gonna keep floats as well. So let's change this to float, change that to float. And here we're gonna do x plus equals x. And equals x. And actually let's convert this to integer. Not x, no, x plus. Okay, so y plus equals y, integer, y plus. So basically we keep track of y plus, and actually here we actually have to change this to floats. And we're gonna return x plus and y plus. Sprite x. Okay, and we still need to change it here. So this is gonna be exactly the same here, even though we're not using this function at the moment, but okay. If you don't understand why I'm doing this, it is because this is integer and we keep setting integers, and I want to add floats to it. And what integer will do, it will just round up the value and it's gonna give us incorrect. And actually that's, oh yes, now it disappears, and I can tell you why, but it goes straight to where I want, as you can see, because now we're doing correct values. But as soon as he hits the mouse, he disappears, and that is because the distance will be 0, and then we're dividing by 0 here. So we can just do a simple check here. If distance is not equals to 0, and we can actually don't do this here. Okay. Okay, so don't have this as segment, but don't have it inside. Don't have time check inside this distance if statement. So now he shouldn't disappear. But as you can see, he follows straight where I have the mouse. But now we need to just change the where he goes. Instead of going to 0, 0 of him, we need to kind of offset him so he goes to his feet. And that can be done. We can actually create like origin. We can call this origin. Uh, so the origin is from where the sprite is, where do you set the position of the sprite. It's kind of like an offset, you can think of it that way. But it'll be, we can just create a void function called set origin. And we'll pass in float x, float y. And we can have two floats. Float origin underscore x, float origin underscore y. So then we can do for any sprite. We can offset this for any sprite we want. So if we want sprite to draw from middle, we will do this differently. We can change this, I mean. Then it will draw the sprite from middle. When we set the position, it will set the middle of the sprite to that position instead of 0, 0. And origin will be simply, I can make it 0, 0 by default here. And all you do is add origin here. Yeah, origin underscore x. I think that'll work. Origin underscore y. So we're offsetting this by origin. Okay, so I think, okay, that will work anyways because we're adding 0 at the moment. But I want to see what will happen when we set origin. So we create Bob and let's set origin. Set origin. And the origin will be half of his width and half of his height. So it should grow from middle and build failed. Unresolved linker of floats. Is it because we're adding ends? Oh, oh, okay, that's my bad. I made origin. I actually never created a function. Oh, my bad. So we create function here, but we actually never added it here. Yep, we never did that. So void. Oh, we already have void. So setting origin, and it's simply origin y equals y. Origin x equals x. And I think I know why this gives us problems, because when we get x, We can have that here, actually. Okay, that's almost correct. As you can see, we're offsetting it, but in the wrong direction. So actually we need to subtract this. Or pass in negative values, but I think subtracting will be better because it will make more sense to pass in positive value. Okay, so we make those negatives. Let's run this. And that should go to the middle of sprite. There you go. Speaking of which, I think we need two more functions for the future anyways, which are getting width and getting height of the sprite. So actually we're gonna get function create function get width and function get height. Because that'll be useful because then in here, for example, here we can just get width of him and get height and divide by 2. So we create those two functions. Now we just need to add them to CSprite here. CSprite get width and W. We probably could create setters for this as well. That can be done later though. Oh, my bad. Okay. Why did I make it integer? Oh, sorry, I'm tired today. But those actually are integers because we want to return an int. So simply return rect w and rect h. So we simply return rect w and return rect h. And we might as well create setters for them, which would be void set width. And you pass in int w. So we can set width or height during the game. So if we want to make something wider, we just keep setting width, increasing it. So now we just need them inside here. So get width, I have set width here. Okay, so we create those two as well. I think that's just Visual Studio. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we have those two functions, and now we can simply do pop get width divide by 2 0f. Let's just do the pop get height. So now we'll do exactly the same thing, but the difference is if we decide to make Bob bigger, for example here, let's make them 100 by 100, it will still go to the middle. We won't have to change the other value. But we actually want him to go to his feet, not to the middle of him. So what we'll do is we'll add Maybe we'll just make it hide, actually. See? So if you click here, he will just go to the feet, which makes a little bit more sense, because you kind of walk towards that direction. So lastly, all we have to do now is to like click and he walk there. Unless you're holding that, it will do like what I'm doing now.